In sunny Florida, there is a trouble bringing paradise. The state, known for its beaches and warmth, is facing a big problem. And that's making life tough for its people, from crazy expensive homes to more and more people without a place to live. Florida is starting to look like California. Let's see why Florida's housing mess might be turning into the next California problems. Let's start this video right now. My name is Komalachari. I am a local Florida resident and also I run a real estate team here. So I do have a more than just as a resident in feedback about what is happening in Florida right now. And that is creating the issues just like it has already created in California. And I do not want this paradise state to go there. So I want to kind of put this as awareness video where if we can do something or if the government can put some kind of solution towards this, that's really helpful, because otherwise this Florida paradise is kind of turning bad into the problems and it's not good. Number one, homes cost are way too much. As a Floridian, I feel like there was a time you can buy pretty much around 500,000 very good properties, and already Florida was out of new construction, especially south side of Florida. There is not too many new constructions here, and that is why the prices right now has went way up. And it is creating chaos between Floridians because people are not able to afford home, and affordability is very much questionable. It's becoming, Florida is not coming now anymore in affordable state. Before it was almost number 3 as an affordable state before this chaos started. So in Florida, buying a home is getting really pricey. So lots of folks are moving in from other states, which is driving up prices, and which is fact. I'm a real estate agent. I help relocation clients. But it is true where when you are moving from other states, your prices there are, even though you feel they're higher, so you are not going to feel the Florida prices that much higher. But as a Florida home residents, people do realize that, the prices are way higher for them, so they are not able to beat up with the other states' relocation clients. Now, after especially the interest rate started going up, we see less relocation happening, but still, Florida always been, not even just the pandemic time, but always been one of the best relocation state because of a lot of reasons, not just the weather, but there are a lot of advantages to the business people, tax advantages, weather advantages, lifestyle advantages.
From those breathtaking beaches to a jump in new jobs, Florida is booming, attracting more new residents from across the country than any other state in America.
And that's why Florida has been a famous state. But now after this last couple of year influx of folks from the other states, the prices have really shoot up a lot. So average price, I was just giving example, one of the city in South Florida, Parkland, the average price in 2020 was around $650,000. Right now that price, median sale price is around $1 million. So that much difference is happening. So in places like Miami, Orlando, Tampa, the cost of a home is going through the roof. It's not affordable anymore. Now, talking about the numbers, Naples in Florida, population growth was around 2010 to 2020 is 53.7% increase. Average home value 2020 to 2023, we are talking about $359,000 to $559,000, which is around 65% increase. In West Palm Beach, population growth around 17% increase, and home value increased to $245,000 to $389,000, which is around 59% increase. I'm going to put the numbers here so you understand what exactly I'm talking about. Jupiter, one of the very famous town for the retirements, the population growth increased around 11% in last 10 years. And average home value increased around $437,000 to $688,000, which is around 57%. And the Parkland, already I gave you example, the 680,000 average price to now 1.1 million, which is a huge increase in a Parkland area. So this can be great news for the Florida homeowners too, because this is like they got a very good appreciation, but it's a bad news for somebody who wants to buy right now, because the values are not similar right now as it sounds like. Plus, the salaries are still similar. It's not increased. Job opportunities, a little bit increased, but not as much as should be. So that is why the affordability coming like as a question mark. In certain other states where the salaries are increased and the prices are increased, that kind of balances out each other. So that's why there's a solution. I hope the government kind of puts more job into the Florida and also works on some new construction homes, because that's when it's going to give more inventory options, especially in South Florida area. North side of the Florida, it's still there are new constructions are going there, but in South side it's almost all congested, and that's what putting the value at the jeopardy. And also increasing the salaries, right? So if the job opportunities, startup companies comes here more and more, then only that opportunities will be increased.
The Homeless Coalition of Palm Beach County says it is noticing a changing trend of the people coming in for their help. It's no longer just those who are unemployed or struggling with substance abuse. Now it's the people we see working hard every day to make ends meet.
Number two biggest issues are happening is more people are getting homeless, because this unaffordability becoming a big issue. As the homes get more expensive, more and more people in Florida don't have a place to call home. And it's not good, right? It's just like what's happening in California. You can see people living in tents on the street just trying to get by, and the government and charities are trying to help. But there are just too many people in the need. It's a very tough situation. And about 653,000 people experienced the homelessness in the US last year. Homelessness increased by about 12% nationwide between 2022 2023 per HUD reports. And this is a threat level, and 2023 figure is the highest number of people reported as experiencing the homelessness on a single night since report began in 2007. So Florida reported 15,482 unsheltered people, or 6% of the national total people living places not meant for human habitation. So the state also had some of the nation's largest increase of families with the children's and veterans experiences homelessness between 2020 to 2023. So all over the nationwide also we felt we are a little bit more right this year, last year, and also the Florida is kind of, it's a little bit more higher than average what it used to be. Number three issue is fancy development is pushing out regular folks, which is like, ever heard about like gentrifications? It's like that. So it's when fancy new shops or condos come into the neighborhood, the regular folks get pushed out. That's happening in Florida right now. Places that used to be affordable are becoming too expensive for the people who live there. So they have to move away, and that's not literally fair. It's not good news. And number four, Florida's weather makes things even tougher. Living in Florida means dealing with the hurricanes and floods. Again, how many times comes, it's a question, but it is a part of it. With climate change, disasters are getting worse. Imagine losing your home to hurricane, and that happens, when happens, we don't know. So Fort Myers, when they experienced Hurricane Ian, it was a crazy disaster. And that creates an issue. Number next is insurance problems. So right now, insurance dynamics are changed. Insurance have increased almost more than 40%, which was used to be like before 2021. This issue I'm talking about just recently is happening. And a lot of insurance companies have been fired by them own, like they don't want to serve Florida anymore because it's not profitable to them. So only Citizen is providing the insurance to the Florida homeowners. So a lot of Florida homes are not even capacity to have insurance because they don't have a new roof or they don't have a certain requirement what the insurance are asking. So insurance are not giving them quotes. So that kind of issues are going. And my next issue is condo HOA increases. It's so bad problem right now, the condo HOAs.
So first, there will be a special assessment fee, which will help to begin to fully fund our reserves. And this fee would range from $11,148 to $22,104. My 810 square foot unit home would be assessed a $15,569 fee.
Condo HOA is creating a mess. A lot of litigations are in a place. A lot of problems are going around in a condos, and that assessment fees, extra fees added to the monthly fees, those are creating a big mess. So a lot of homeowners, condo owners are selling property. It's opportunity for the buyers like investors, but at the same time, you do have to understand what you are going into. This condo HOA things are a little bit complicated than look simple. So you need to have a proper experts or professionals who kind of helps you out to understand those fees and charges. But this is not a good news. I don't feel good where people are getting the bill from $500 per month to suddenly they increase to $1,200 per month, which is a huge increase. If you have a steady job, like on a W-2, that kind of increase nobody can afford, even though they want to live in Florida. But how can they live in Florida if this kind of numbers added in there, along with the other cost of living, inflation issues, along with that, this kind of issues are like monthly fees are added in their pocket. So it is kind of a big problem. So in conclusion, Florida housing is a big problem right now. That could change the state for the worse if not getting tackled properly. From expensive homes to more homeless people, the situation is starting to almost look like California. But it's not as worse yet, but it's still kind of, you feel that pain unless something is done soon. Florida might lose its charm and become cautionary tale of what happens when housing gets out of control. Let's hope the people in charge do something before it's too late. And give me your opinion. What do you think where Florida is heading? Do you think it's a good news if the Florida housing prices are up, or do you think it should be in a control? Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in my next video.